once again, it's Championship Bridge. My name is Alex Dreyer, and of course we have two pairs of bridge experts playing rubber bridge against each other for cash awards under rules approved by the American Contract Bridge League. Now, here's Charles Gordon, Mr. Bridge himself, who has more master points than anyone else in the world. Charles Gordon, whose daily syndicated column appears in newspapers all over the world. Back for the second week from Abilene, Texas, Paul Hodge, this genial Southerner who has won the coveted Life Masters Pairs title and is considered one of the most dangerous opponents in bridge, believes the most important asset of a bridge player is the ability to have steadiness under adversity. Once again, his partner from New York City, America's leading woman bridge player, Helen Sobel. Helen, winner of almost every known bridge title, is legendary for her uncanny judgment and shrewdness in tournament play. The opposition, Howard Schenken, columnist, lecturer, and teacher, is one of the all-time greats in the bridge world, has been a record 9 times winner of the Vanderbilt Trophy. A welcome addition to the ranks of TV bridge experts is Mrs. B. Schenken, the winner of numerous championships. B acquired her first national title in '57.
Howard, I've been playing with you for many years, since 1936, I believe. During that time, I've never seen you emotionally disturbed. Now tell me, do you ever get butterflies?
Well, Charlie, I know I'm supposed to have a poker face, but believe me, beneath this impassive exterior of mine, there beats a palpitating heart.
Helen, it's nice to welcome you and Paul back to the show again. And since we're ready to start in a few minutes, I want to wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Charlie. I guess we're ready to go.
Just about.
Now, briefly, the TV ground rules of Championship Bridge. It's rubber bridge, $1,000 to the winners, $500 to the losers, the win based on the total number of points over the half-hour period. Bonus money for slams bid and made. The winners come back next week, face a new set of hopefuls. And now that action is about to get underway, let's see what happens, huh? Paul Hodge is the dealer.
I have one bit of advice for you, Mr. Schenken. Please hold good cards.
I'll be trying.
Helen, I never have played a husband and wife team. What do you think about that?
I don't think I have either.
Paul Hodge, eminent bridge champion from Texas, and if I may count the points in his hand, 7 in diamonds and Paul for the ace of spades, that's 11.
Plus 1 for the double and spade, Alex.
That's right.
I'm the dealer. No bid.
B. Schenken, let's see, not enough there to fire the first broadside.
No bid.
Over to Helen Sobel, her partner Hodge dealt and passed. And she has nothing above a queen in her hand, Charlie.
No bid.
Over to Howard Schenken, member of 3 World Championship teams. It's been passed around to him. Well, now we should see some action, 6 spades and 5 hearts and a void in diamonds.
1 spade.
And so we're underway. Paul Hodge once more, who dealt and passed.
Well, Paul may await developments. I suppose he could make a takeout double.
Double?
Over to B, her husband opened 1 spade and he's just been double. Couldn't she bid 3 spades now, Charlie?
I believe she has a better bid than 3 spades.
Redouble.
Yes, the redouble announces a good hand and a certain satisfaction with spades.
Now, Helen Sobel, and I wonder what she's thinking about.
She's debating whether to bid diamonds or clubs.
2 clubs.
Now, Howard Schenken again, he opened the proceedings with 1 spade. Hodge doubled him, and B. Schenken redoubled. I'd bid those hearts now.
2 hearts.
See, Charlie? Paul Hodge, once again, he doubled the opening spade bid. Nothing more he can do now, I guess, maybe grit his teeth a little, huh?
No bid.
Over to B. Schenken, her husband has bid spades and hearts. Now, what should a dutiful wife respond here, Charlie?
Remember, she passed originally.
That's right.
So vigorous action by her is quite indicated.
3 spades.
It's Helen Sobel now, who bid clubs in response to partner's double, has done her fighting.
No bid.
Over to Howard Schenken. He's already bid spades and hearts. His partner appears to like spades, and will he rebid that suit, Charlie?
He may surprise you, Alex.
4 diamonds.
I'm not surprised. I'm shocked.
That's a cue bid, of course, showing first-round control of the diamond suit.
Paul Hodge.
No bid.
Now, Mrs. Schenken, her partner has bid spades, hearts, and diamonds.
Well, she has a choice here. There's 4 spades or possibly 5 clubs.
4 spades.
Sobel.
No bid.
Howard Schenken, will he reach for slam, Charlie?
His partner's well-restrained four-spade bid will probably have an inhibiting effect upon him.
No bid.
Quite properly, Alex. They are off the ace and queen of trumps, you know.
No bid.
Now, Charlie, what can you tell us about that with the diagram?
Well, let's look at it. In fourth position, Howard Schenken opened with one spade, choosing the longer of his two suits. Hodge, having passed the first time, took the liberty of making a takeout double. Mrs. Schenken, quite properly, redoubled. Helen Sobel, with a sad array of cards, decided to bid her best suit, clubs. Mr. Schenken showed his second suit by bidding two hearts, and Hodge abstained. Mrs. Schenken then jumped to three spades. Now, leaving no stone unturned, Mr. Schenken made a further effort to reach slam by bidding four diamonds, a Q bid. Mrs. Schenken conservatively decided to return to four spades, the final contract.
Howard Schenken, winner of the Masters pair title an incredible 5 times, is playing a full-spade contract, and he's waiting for Paul Hodge to lead. This is Paul Hodge's hand. What will his choice be? Let's see. He selects the king of diamonds. Why not a club, Charlie? His partner's bid
Howard, I would
suit.
have taken one more try at this with 5 clubs, but I think that I bid enough on it.
Remember, Helen's club bid was made under the pressure of a double. The king of diamonds is a perfectly normal lead.
Well, that's a nice hand. I'll tell you later whether we should have bid a slam.
All right, we're behind declarer Howard Schenken now, and he plays the low diamond from dummy. Helen Sobel contributes meekly, and declarer Schenken, Boyd in diamonds trumps with the deuce of spades, and takes the first trick. 4 spades is the contract.
Schenken is returning to dummy by means of a club, Alex. Then I'm sure you'll see him tackle the trump suit. Spades.
There was dummy's good king of clubs, and Mrs. Sobel tossed the 8 on that, Charlie. Now Schenken leads dummy's jack of trumps just like you said he would. Helen Sobel covers with the queen. Howard up with the king, and Paul Hodge takes the first trick for the defense with his ace. Looks like the full spade contract is cold, very cold.
The height of understatement, Alex.
Hodge returned to small club. Dummy played the remaining ace. Helen Sobel could not contest, and Howard Schenken threw his remaining club. And the dummy is on lead now. Returning a small trump. Helen Sobel throws out. Howard Schenken casts his 10. And there's the last trump held by the defense, Hodge's 5.
He'll claim the balance now.
Well, I guess I can claim the balance. I can trump 1 or 2 hearts if necessary.
She had a beautiful hand.
No contest. Kelly drew first blood.
Remember, the Schenkens lacked the ace and queen of trumps, and a slam was therefore not safely biddable. In the absence of a peak, he could not know that Helen Sobel held the singleton queen of trumps.
Let's look at the official score sheet now. Mr. and Mrs. Schenken score a game in spades, receiving 120 below, and for the 2 over tricks, 60 above the line. Second hand, Paul Hodge and Helen Sobel struck back and bid 3 spades, and on a very fortunate distribution of cards, succeeded in making 4. They received 90 below toward game and 30 above for the over trick. Now on a hand 3 of championship bridge. The Schenkens are vulnerable, and Helen Sobel is completing the deal.
We don't need too much, Helen, to fill out that part score.
Half a club will do it.
That's right. Had a hunch we wouldn't bat for a club.
Helen has 5 spades and 5 diamonds here, Charlie.
I'm the dealer. 1 spade.
Over to champion bridge player Howard Schenken, but champions still need points before they can bid, even as you and I.
No bid.
And now Paul Hodge of Abilene, Texas. His partner opened 1 spade.
2 clubs.
Over to B. Schenken. Friend husband has passed. Can she enter the auction here?
She's vulnerable, remember, and may be a bit reluctant to show her hearts. Let's wait.
2 hearts.
Well, this is not a very reluctant lady.
She's in there fighting.
Helen Sobel once more. Now's the time to show her 5-card diamond suit, huh, Charlie?
Right you are. And now let's see if she agrees with us.
3 diamonds.
Goran, Sobel, and Dreyer all agree.
No bid.
Over to Paul Hodge. His partner has bid spades and diamonds. Remember, he and Helen have 90 on score.
Hodge's problem is between passing 3 diamonds or returning to 3 spades. Conceivably even bidding 3 no trump.
3 spades.
Do you approve, Charlie?
I must say I do not approve of it, because in my practice, I do not show an immediate preference with a worthless doubleton.
B. Schenken, and she likes the opposition spade bid with her king, queen, jack, and 7.
No bid.
Helen Sobel now, 90 on score. 3 spades is more than enough for game.
I think she should certainly pass, and she may have trouble making 3 spades.
I wonder what Helen is thinking about.
Well, Hodge helped her spades. Helen is thinking of a slam. Heaven help her.
She's in deep thought here. Look at her.
Sorry we've got that part.
Helen will regret it if she bids any more.
No bid.
Well, she won't have any regrets. Howard Schenken.
I guess I better pass.
Helen Sobel opened the bidding with 1 spade. Schenken passed, and Hodge made the natural response of 2 clubs. Mr. Schenken made a somewhat daring overcall of 2 hearts, but the situation was a bit desperate, inasmuch as the adversaries had a 90-part score. Helen Sobel bid 3 diamonds. Howard Schenken passed, and now Paul Hodge decided to return to 3 spades, a bid which is rather touchy, I would say. But I would rather have to act here in the booth than to face it in actual play. When Paul returned to 3 spades, Helen considered there might be a chance for a slam if Hodge's spades were fairly good. But she fortunately decided to pass, and 3 spades became the final contract.
And now Charles Goran's favorite bridge partner, Helen Sobel, has bought a 3-spade contract. This is Howard Schenken's hand. He's selecting his opening lead. It's the 4 of hearts. His partner bid hearts, remember. Why not the top of his partner's bid suit, Charlie, the jack, instead of the lowest heart?
Holding 3 or more of partner's bid suit with an honor, Alex. The preferred practice is to lead a low card.
Well, Paul Hodge tables his dummy, and let's watch declare Helen Sobel now. And the thoughtful Helen plays low from dummy. There's B. Schenken's queen. And Helen takes her first trick toward her 3-spade contract with her singleton ace of hearts. Helen attacks trumps immediately, playing her ace. She can afford to give up but 4 tricks to the defense if she's to bring home this 3-spade contract, and I guess after seeing dummy's weak trumps, Helen is glad she didn't try for slam. All right, there's Mrs. Schenken's 7, and all hands have followed in the first round of trumps. Helen continues trumps, leading the 3 of spades from her hand. Howard Schenken contributes the 5. Dummy its remaining 10. And B. Schenken wins the first trick for the defense with the queen of trumps. The good king and jack of trumps are now still out against Declara. B returns a low heart. Helen, void in hearts, discards a diamond. Howard Schenken, the 9. And that's enough to force dummy's king.
I believe she'll work upon the club suit now, Alex.
Right you are, Charlie. There's a small one from dummy. B. Schenken leaps in with her ace. Helen Sobel furnishes the king. Say, Charlie, did she mean to play her king on that ace? Huh?
Yeah. Yes, Alex. It didn't fall out of her hand. She was unblocking the suit.
All right, that's the second trick for the defense against this 3-spade contract. B. Schenken's heart return is trumped by Declara Sobel with the spade 6. Howard Schenken helplessly follows. And there's dummy's last heart, the 8. 3 spades is the contract, and the defense needs 3 more tricks to set the hand. Helen Sobel leads her remaining 7 of clubs. And I see what you mean about unblocking with her king, Charlie. Dummy's queen of clubs is played. Does Mrs. Schenken have another club? Yes, she does. Remember, there are still 2 high trumps out against Declara Helen Sobel. Dummy now leads the high club jack. And there's one of those high trumps, B. Schenken's king of spades. Helen discards a losing diamond.
One more trump loser, and that's it.
Good. B. Schenken returns a heart. And Helen Sobel will concede that high trump now.
Well, I can claim them.
She'll ruff the heart, discard the diamond on a high spade, and concede a losing spade, as you can see.
Who has it?
B, you had a nice hand, B. I was afraid they had a slam.
Yeah.
What'd you make, 3?
8.
A play of interest occurred at trick 5. Notice that there Helen Sobel led a low club from dummy for the first time, and B. Schenken won it with her ace. Now Helen carefully unblocked by playing her king, thus ensuring access to dummy's valuable club suit, for she needed dummy's clubs to discard 2 losing diamonds. Helen got into a very difficult contract, but she managed it properly and brought it in.
King 3 spades, Helen Sobel and Paul Hodge receive 90 below, giving them a game. Both sides vulnerable and neck as we go on to hand 4 of championship bridge. Howard Schenken is calmly winding up the deal, and both sides are vulnerable.
Well,
Left-handed dealer.
this will tell the tale.
This is the hand.
And say, here's action on the first spin of the wheel. I see 4 hearts and 4 diamonds in Howard Schenken's hand. What do you recommend, Charlie? Huh?
Well, he'll no doubt bid a heart, the suit below the doubleton.
I dealt, and I bid 1 heart.
Over to Paul Hodge now. He has a preemptive type of hand, doesn't he, Charlie? 8 spades.
Yes, and it's a delicate question. Note that a 4-spade bid may be very effective in that it would likely force the Schenkens beyond their depth.
Yes, indeed.
1 spade.
I'll be interested to see what develops here, Alex.
All right, over to B. Schenken, former national mixed pairs champion. Her husband opened the bidding with 1 heart. She likes partner's heart suit, and remember they trail this match by a mere 30 points.
B is usually an aggressive bidder, Alex.
3 hearts.
Very aggressive, I must say. Her hand does not really have the values for a jump bid in hearts.
Over to Helen Sobel. Her partner overcalled 1 spade.
No bid.
Over to Howard Schenken. He opened a heart, and his partner jumped to 3 hearts. Say, should he consider slam possibilities now, Charlie?
He has a strong hand.
4 diamonds.
Well, he's prodding a bit.
Over to Paul Hodge. He overcalled 1 spade, and he has 8 of them.
No bid.
Over to B. Schenken. Her partner has bid hearts and diamonds, and after her over-enthusiastic heart race, I guess she'll be content to slow down and close it at 4 hearts.
4 hearts.
Well guessed, Mr. Dreyer.
Helen Sobel.
No bid.
Howard Schenken, will he be cooled off after partner's timid 4 hearts, or will he be swayed by his partner's over-enthusiastic jump bid, huh? Let's see.
No bid.
Now, Paul Hodge, and what can you say?
To bid 4 spades and take an almost certain set, or to pass and try to set 4 hearts. That's his problem.
No bid.
What about that, Charlie? 4 hearts.
Mr. Schenken opened the bidding with 1 heart, the suit below the doubleton. While I thought Paul Hodge might preempt with a bid of 3 or 4 spades, he chose to bid 1 spade. Mrs. Schenken made a shaded jump to 3 hearts. Mrs. Sobel was unable to act, and Schenken made a mild slam try by bidding 4 diamonds. Hodge passed, and Mrs. Schenken, of course, returned to 4 hearts. Hodge went into a prolonged huddle and decided against bidding 4 spades, gambling instead on setting the 4-heart contract. Now let's watch the action.
All right, Howard Schenken, who writes a syndicated bridge column with Dick Fry as the declarer at 4 hearts. This is Paul Hodge's hand. Selecting his opening lead, it's the jack of clubs.
It's an attacking lead, Alex. Clubs is the 1 suit that has not been bid. But it may prove to be an unfortunate choice.
We're behind declarer Howard Schenken now. And dummy goes up with the king.
Notice Schenken took the jack in the dummy, Alex. He's assuming Hodge's lead of the jack places the queen of clubs in Helen Sobel's hand. and he may want to finesse for it later.
All right, the first trick home for Howard on his 4 hearts contract. He attacks trumps, leading dummies king of hearts. Helen Sobel has 1. Hodge has 1. Now we'll declare a Schenken continued trumps. No, he leads dummy singleton king of spades. Helen Sobel leaps on it with her ace.
Oh, you
Surprise?
That was a surprise.
And that's the first trick for the defense against 4 hearts. They need 3 more to set this hand. Helen Sobel returns a low club.
She's hoping against hope. Hodge may trump it, Alex.
Schenken finesse for the queen, playing the 10 as you said he would, Charlie. It succeeds as Hodge helplessly tosses a little club. A wise and calculated play by Howard Schenken. Howard now turns his attention to trumps once more, leading the jack. Hodge shows out. That marks Helen Sobel for the 3 trumps still out. And there's one of them, the 6. That's 4 tricks home and 5 tries for Schenken toward his 4-heart contract. Declara Schenken leads his remaining spade. Hodge has the 10. Dummy roughs with the low heart. Remember, this is 4 hearts. The defense has but 1 trick, and can they find 3 more? In dummy now, Schenken leads dummy's high queen of hearts. Helen Sobel follows. She still has another trump left, remember. Declara lets go the 8.
Partner, I don't like our chances too well.
No, afraid not. I had too many aces and kings for you.
Yeah, I see you did.
Well, I'll take this one, this one, this one. I'll give you the last 2.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. and
Thank you,
Mrs.
Paul. We had a few tickets.
And for making their 4-heart contract, the Schenkens, partners in life and at the bridge table, receive 120 for game and 500 above for the rubber. They surpass Hodge and Sobel's 210 with a total of 800. In a moment, we'll have a bridge tip from Charles Gorin. And again, we have a new set of winners, this time Mr. and Mrs. Howard Schenken of New York. To them, $1,000 in cash prizes. To the runners-up, $500. Now for the last word, here's Charlie.
Thank you for coming to the show and putting on such a good exhibition. I would like to make a comment on one of the hands that appeared in the, I guess it was the 3rd deal. It was very important to Helen and Paul because at the time they needed a part score to complete a game. You'll remember that Paul was faced with a hand holding the 10 and 1 spade and the ace and 1 diamond, and Helen had bid spades and diamonds. He had a very difficult decision, and at long last he decided to go back to 3 spades. Where your partner has bid 2 suits, I make it a rule never to return to the first suit if I have a worthless doubleton. I look for some other bid. However, I realize in this case you couldn't do it, Paul.
And now this is Alex Dreyer and Charles Gorin saying aces to all of you from Championship Bridge. Samsonite, official championship bridge furniture provided by Schwader Brothers. Bicycle playing cards, the official playing cards of Championship Bridge. And we wish to thank the U.S. Playing Card Company for helping us to produce Championship Bridge.